Today on Lifestyle with Fiifi, music takes the center stage with our guest musician Tee Bellow. In the words of Arthur Schopenhauer, music is the food of the soul.
Music is air.
Oh, wow.
The air that you breathe. The first time that I remember singing, I think I was probably like 6 or 7 years old. But I did do musical theatre at uni. I'm aware like the tone of my voice does very much fit R&B, but then I'm also like, why would you box yourself in? Like, I know you guys even say like, oh, you make pop music, you make pop music. I make music that makes me feel good, that I want to make. So if it comes out as pop, that's great. If it comes out as R&B, that's great. If it comes out as afro, that's great. I make whatever makes me feel good. In terms of recording process, my favorite song that I enjoyed was Living in the Moment, because I had a vision of what I wanted that song to sound like. And it didn't necessarily fit how things are like systematically made for radio. The people make a hit. I think there's a misconception that a hit record is made by like the artist, the producer, the people in the room. Like you listen to something like, oh my God, this is a hit. But I think the people make a hit, because if you've heard stories of like a lot of artists, they're like, oh, I never even thought this would take. I never even thought this would be the one. But yeah, the people make the hit.
Tee Bellow, who believes he makes some good cocktails, has been challenged by Fiifi on the show.
Yeah, it's really nice. I'd give it a good 7 out of 10.
Difference in how you make me feel. Girl, you my number one. I'd do anything to prove it's real. Girl, come with me and let's take it there. You and me together ain't nothing too fair. You ride with me, I ride with you. Girl, there ain't a thing I wanna do for my boo. I didn't know when I came across you, girl. So deep in love, you elevate my world. I say, hey, I can never build you.
Lifestyle with Fiifi. That was really its performance. Tee Bellow is in the house, guys. Well, you came to see your 88 for a podcast, right? And
yeah.
On social media, I got to know you are into music. I was like, T, come over. Let's do some interview and talk about music.
Yes.
Music to me is life. What does music mean to you?
Music is air.
Oh, wow.
The air that you breathe.
When you were doing the performance, right, I was like, we need a big stage for this.
No, this is true. I am a show pony. I'm a show pony. The stage
is you.
The stage is me. The stage is home. Stage is home. Oh, okay. That's where I feel the most comfortable. That's where I feel the most free. And it's so funny because no matter how long you're up there for, it feels like it goes like that. But yeah, man, that's what stage is home.
I've known you for a month or two.
Yeah.
So who is Tee Bellow?
Tee Bellow, it's a very interesting question actually. Tee Bellow is a storyteller.
Okay.
As a storyteller I like to say a medium for connection with people. But also Tee Bellow is someone's son. So I think I'm a lot of different things to different people.
When you started singing, right, your voice was like, when did you start music?
I think the first time that I remember singing, I think I was probably like 6 or 7 years old. And we had this neighbor upstairs. I used to live in Kennington at the time, and we had this neighbor upstairs, and every Sunday he used to blast out his music like real early in the morning. That's how he woke us up. And I think I started just by imitating. Because I've always been into music, like even like from when I was little, I used to see videos and pictures of like my 2-year birthday, my 5th-year birthday. I was that kid with all the adults dancing and like getting in the middle, everyone spraying you money sort of thing. So I've always been
That
like
music.
the show pony.
Okay.
I've always been the person that's like, where are they giving attention? That's where I want to be.
Okay.
But yeah, I started singing, started imitating at like that age, just repeating like what I was hearing. I was very much into like dancing at that age as well. So I started singing at school. So yeah, I'd say that that's where the bug, as they call it, bit me.
Have you done anything in music in terms of academia?
Yes, so I did do musical theatre at uni. And the reason why I picked that course was because I knew that I had natural ability. But I also still felt like there was an element of training that was necessary. And uni, I'm already paying for my fees. So I might as well get tutored while I'm there rather than having to pay like £100 and something an hour for somebody else to do it. So that's the reason why I picked the course. And obviously I was very much into like acting as well. I was very much into dancing. But the sole reason was for like the course that I picked had vocal lessons as part of the course.
Okay, I did a little bit of radio. I was a radio programs manager, and
Okay.
I will put your music on replay if I'm doing a test transmission for a radio station because it's easy for me to groove on. Because I just started playing it today, and I was like, wow, I could
Thank you.
just mimic some of the words. And as a radio program manager, you always want to have sing-alongs.
Yeah.
And your songs are really, really.
I do love a sing along. If you come and see me perform once,
Okay.
you will be part of the show. Like everybody performs differently.
Yeah.
And but how I choose to perform, you didn't come to see me. We came to see each other.
Yeah.
So you are a part of the show.
Okay.
You are going to sing along. In fact, I'm going to encourage that you do. There is a whole call. Most of my songs have call and responses for that particular reason. I want you to be a part of it.
Do you do rehearsals every week or like?
I typically rehearse whenever I've got something coming up.
Okay.
I would never go on the stage freeballing, freestyling.
But you have a wonderful voice, but your voice, you do it every week because you have to do something.
Yeah, you have to. I mean, I sing all the time.
Okay.
Like all the time, down the street, to Tesco, up the road, like just randomly in my house.
At work?
At work, yes. I am constantly singing. Sometimes I sing sentences like while I'm having a conversation with you.
That's kind of
So I am
annoying.
singing all the time. Like I'm definitely singing all the time. Sometimes if you lived with me, you'd be fed up. You'd be like, please stop.
Okay.
Like we need a break.
I mean, your music, right? I'm a Chris Brown fan, and I love pop music.
Yeah.
Even music, even in my videos, when my editors go with slow tempo music, I go like, look, remove it, get some high tempo music that I wanted to hit the audience.
Yeah.
And I mean, this kind of music is a music that I love. Black people are scared to venture because they think, oh, it's more of like for the white kind of group. But you having this voice and you do not go like you're doing Afro pop or Afro beats, and you decided to go more of popish.
Yeah.
Weren't you scared when venturing into such kind of music market?
No, I wasn't actually. At the time, like when I first got signed, the idea or the image that they had created for me or they wanted was a pop artist. Was like at the time we had like the Tyro Cruises, the Jason Derulos. That's the kind of lane that they wanted me to go down and wanted me to go through. And I didn't mind it because I enjoyed pop music anyway. Like it's from the Ariana Grandes to even like UK people like Lamar. That's the music that I listened to. So I wasn't opposed to it. Of course, considering like, you know, being black and everything, everybody expects you, and I'm aware like the tone of my voice does very much fit R&B, but then I'm also like, why would you box yourself in? Like, I know you guys are even saying like, oh, you make pop music, you make pop music. I make music that makes me feel good, that I want to make. So if it comes out as pop, that's great. If it comes out as R&B, that's great. If it comes out as Afro, that's great. I make whatever makes me feel good.
Yeah. And what's your creative process like in terms of your music? Writing it, you write it yourself, or you have someone that writes it, or the whole creative process when you're going to make a track, like everything?
Yeah. It depends on the song. So some songs were fully written and produced. Like my second song that I put out, Anymore, that was a fully written, produced already song. I just had to learn it. When then there's songs like Living in the Moment and Everything, where I had to put pen to paper. Of course, I did have help. But yeah, it depends on what the song is. So if it's one that I'm writing myself, then I listen to the beat, try to come up with a melody from that. From the melody, then I come up with lyrics. And my brother's a really, really good songwriter as well, and one of my cousins as well.
Wow. So you have family members coming together to help you in your
so I typically like, what do you think of this? Does this sound good? Because I also like songs to, as light-hearted as they are, I still like them to tell stories. I still like them to have like some sort of meaning, something that somebody can follow. So I do like run it by people, like, what do you think of this? Does this make sense? What would you change this out? And sometimes, you know, they'll be like, oh, take that sentence out, put this in, or take that word out, put this in. So it's usually collaborative, but yeah, it depends on the song in terms of what my process is.
Okay, what about the studio? Like, do you record your music, your engineers, your producers, everything? Apart, after you are done with your writing, you get into the studio, the marketing of it, and all. Do you do it by yourself, or you have a group? You have a team behind you?
I have a smaller team now. Okay. Before I had a bigger one.
And what happened?
Creative differences.
It's true.
Creative differences.
Because you have your own...
they saw me one way, I saw myself another way.
That's great, bro. Sorry.
It's cool. We saw each other differently. And that happens. Like, I think the person that they started working with was a lot younger.
Okay.
Was happy to be told what to sing, what to do, what to wear, and what to post on social media. And then the version of me that grew up was no longer okay with that. So it happens.
It happens.
Yeah.
So now you're okay with your smaller group.
I am okay with my smaller group because I'm freer. And of course, don't get me wrong, if they think that something is whack or something doesn't work, they will 100% tell you. But it's more so like what I want. My freedom of expression is accepted.
Okay.
As opposed to, no, you can't do that. We want you to do this. Like, there was a point where I wasn't allowed to, and this is just a random example, I wasn't allowed to post myself drinking on Instagram.
Okay.
Like, it's not okay. And if I did, they'd delete it.
Okay. So someone was managing your life.
Yeah. So literally that's what it felt like.
Okay. So what's your favorite Tee Bellow record and what inspired it?
You guys are telling me to pick between my kids. This is not okay. It's a two-part. I'll give you a two-part answer. My favorite song in terms of like the recording process.
No, I think any of your favorite record, like music hits or.
Oh, you mean like other people's songs? No, mine. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So in terms of recording process, my favorite song that I enjoyed was Living in the Moment because I had a vision of what I wanted that song to sound like. And it didn't necessarily fit what's on radio and how things are like systematically made for radio. It didn't fit that. It had a nostalgic view, and quite a few people told me, no, I don't think you should make this song. And I was like, no, I am going to. And I went to somebody that was very, very good in terms of like, he was a singer himself. So he was very good in terms of the vocal production. He understood my idea of what I wanted, the harmony layering, how I wanted every single harmony to be heard, but I didn't want it to be overcrowded. So he got that vision perfectly. And when I listened to the final product, that song always warms my heart. But in terms of like my song that I enjoy performing, the song that I feel like brings the party is definitely Everything. Like whenever that song comes on, I just feel like my little shoulder starts moving.
So T, in your opinion, what makes a hit?
The people.
Oh, really?
The people make a hit.
Okay.
I think there's this, and I'm not saying that, people that think this are wrong. I think there's a misconception that a hit record is made by like the artist, the producer, the people in the room. Like you listen to something like, oh my God, this is a hit. But I think the people make a hit because if you've heard stories of like a lot of artists are like, oh, I never even thought this would take. I never even thought this would be the one. But yeah, the people make the hit.
what keeps you going as a music artist? Because I know with this whole music stuff, there are so many challenges. What keeps you going?
What keeps me going, aside from the love for it, and I just like literally just enjoy it. I think that it's also, I want like my little nephews and nieces, my little cousins, to see that when I tell them that they should always go after their dreams and they should never give up. I don't need any of them being able to tell me, but uncle, didn't you? The kids of today have big mouths.
Are you not the same person?
Yeah, I have a song that's titled "Wish." That literally like that's the theme of the song. It's basically like I follow my dreams to inspire the youth that come after me.
How do you feel when you hear your music being played?
It depends. Sometimes it's
because you have a lot of streaming on Spotify. When I look at the number of people streaming it, it's quite very, very impressive.
Yeah.
How do you feel? Because it's not like the numbers. It's not like you are pushing people to.
Please, would you listen? Please listen to a song. In terms of like the streams, I always get what's the word I'm looking for? It's weird because when people care enough to listen to your song because they care about what you have to say, that's something that will never ever get old, because people could very easily not care, and they're well within their rights to. So I think that I appreciate every single stream, whether it's 1, whether it's 10, whether it's 100. The fact that 100 people or 50 people streamed it twice, went out of their way to play the song multiple times. That's always a blessing. Okay. But if they're playing it in person while I'm standing there, it's a bit cringy.
So you don't want to hear your own song being played?
It's not that I don't want to hear it. I feel like, I mean, and this happens a lot. Like even like I'm very social, so I go out partying a lot. And when people, if it just randomly just came on as part of your playlist, that's okay. Like it happens. When I'm listening to music, it randomly comes on as well. But if I feel like you purposely went out of your way to be like, press play.
No, why is it purposely?
People do that. And I'm uncomfortable.
Just in case you are. So, in your if you had the chance to create with any artist or producer worldwide, who will you love? I mean, who are you dying to create any kind of work with?
So, in terms of a producer,
yes,
I would either go. Oh, it depends on the genre, though. Okay, I would either go Timberland, or let's go to the British market. Emanike is a very talented writer and producer as well. So Emanike. In terms of artists, oh my God, there are so many. One. Okay, I'll go with Usher.
Usher. Oh.
Yeah, I'll go with Usher.
Why?
Because Usher was like the first person, aside from Michael Jackson, Usher was the first person that I looked at on stage as an artist who sang, danced, wasn't bound by genre. And I went, oh, I could do that.
I call your music pop, right?
Okay.
Yeah. So can you give me your 5 top pop artists in your own opinion?
Of all time?
Yeah.
Number 1, Michael Jackson.
Okay.
Number 2, Beyonce. As a beehive, I'm so sorry. Number 3, I want to put. Okay, I'm stuck between. I know you said in my opinion, but I don't want people to drag me. I would put of all time. I want to put Ariana Grande on there.
Oh wow. I never saw her coming.
Because even though her music,
my director said your friend is just looking at you.
her music of late has not been for me.
Oh really?
But
I never saw her on that list though.
But her vocally, she's up there.
Okay, I will give it to you.
4. I think would be remiss and rude, and I know he has a very, very troubled past, but we can't skip Chris Brown.
Okay, that's my favorite.
Yeah, we can't skip Chris Brown, and I'm gonna put Usher at number 3. I'm so sorry I disrespected you. I'm put Usher at number 3. I'll put Chris Brown at number 4.
You want to work with Usher now? You're putting you at number 3. How can you come and work with you?
Well, because even Usher understands that Michael Jackson comes before him.
Okay.
So he understands. And him and Beyonce, depending on the day of the week, they can interchange between 2 and 3.
Okay.
They can swap depending on the day.
Okay.
4, Chris Brown. Number 5, I feel like I have to put somebody British on it as well.
I mean, you guys have a good. The British.
Yeah, I feel like I need to put a British artist on there. What can I think of? Okay, I can't think of a British one off the top of my head. Adele, yes, I do love a bit of Adele, especially the 30 album.
Was this influenced because someone shouted Adele? Please leave him alone.
What's the song? We Drink Wine. It's one of my favorites.
Were you pushed to?
I actually have a video on YouTube where I cover Hello. Go check it out. Hello by Adele.
Okay, now we are about to end the whole interview.
Yeah.
I know. Apart from music, what do you do as well?
Apart from music, so I own a podcast. I'm one of 3 hosts. I don't dance as much anymore because I'm getting up there in age. But used to be a dancer. That's about it. Like music, podcasting, dancing. I've not written, but I used to enjoy writing like scripts and stuff as well, but I haven't written that in a while. But once you're a creative, you're a creative. Yeah. Like, especially if you're into like arts.
Were
like
you brought on the podcast because of your voice? Because like you're always was the producer Wafai? Did he bring you on board because of your voice or what?
No, I was at home like everybody else was during the pandemic, and I said, what else can I do with my time? And I was like, I actually want to do a podcast. And I thought about it. It was my brainchild. And along the way, I had a shoot west where I met Ella. I met Ella at a shoot. I used to work with Femi. And I basically just casted everybody around me.
Okay.
So then I picked Wafai as a producer. I picked the guys as the host. And I literally just thought of what I wanted. And I had a picture of what I wanted it to be in my mind. And I just put everybody in position. So
it's like the day that you guys came to Studio 80s, it was like a professional team. We're like, talk to my producer.
Because he has a job. He has a job to do.
I was like, this is really a very big talk. No, I don't clear that kind of topic. Is go and talk to my producer.
Yeah, it's
professionally done. And I was like, you guys are really, really good. And the name of the podcast is Small Chat. Yeah. Yeah. And it's on Spotify and...
It's Spotify, Apple Podcasts. It's on YouTube as well. We're now on YouTube, and Google Play.
Okay.
Yeah,
you have a really nice voice. Have anyone approached you that if you could be?
People say that all the time. Even when I talk to some of my friends that I've been starting a podcast, they were like, "How have we never thought about this?" If somebody wants to hire me to be on their radio, I'm very well free.
Okay, Fiifi Del's radio.
I'm free.
So to end, well, watching your podcast, right, I kind of got to know that you are into cocktails.
Yes, I love a cocktail.
So at the end of this whole, show, I'm going to create my own cocktail. You can create me. Yeah.
I will definitely do that. I'll tell you if it's nice or not.
Oh, gosh. Nice. So to end, before we go into the cocktail, give your Grammy speech.
Well, first of all, I'd like to thank my mom, my dad. No, honestly, I've had so much fun. Thank you so much for having me. I really appreciate it. And it was an honor.
Oh.
Do you want more?
Yeah.
You want some,
Grammy speech, your Grammy speech. I mean, this Grammy is presented to Tee Bellow for the best pop artist of the year for 2020.
Whatever year, yeah.
Yeah.
Again, first of all, I'd like to thank my mom. I'd like to thank my dad. I'd like to thank my team. Thomas, you can't see him, and everybody else that's around me. Of course, I'd like to thank God because the strength to keep carrying on comes from Him. But that was a practice version for when I do win my actual Grammy.
Okay. Before we end and we go into the cocktail and have some fun, where can my viewers or any subscriber watching us get to stream your music?
I'm T Bellow everywhere. Every single music platform.
Everything is on the screen, so just go there.
Yeah, I'm T Bellow on all streaming platforms, including YouTube. You can go see my videos there. I'm T Bellow Music on all social media platforms, mainly Instagram, TikTok, and X, formerly known as Twitter. But yeah.
Any major projects ahead coming?
Currently recording. I'm finally probably going to put out an EP.
Okay.
Don't hold me to a date, 'cause that's why I'm not giving you one.
I hope I'll be invited.
You'll be invited. You'll be invited to hear it. I've also got a show this weekend. Depending on when you guys hear this or when it comes out, the show might be this weekend or might have passed.
Yeah.
But there'll be other things coming down the pipeline. But yeah.
So are you ready for the cocktail?
I am more than ready for a cocktail.
Guys, wait. We'll be right back. So guys, we are not yet gone. I mean, my guest, Tee Bellow, is a cocktail. What's your favorite cocktail?
It depends on my mood. I do like a strawberry mojito. I do love an Long Island iced tea.
I'm lost.
I do love a passion fruit martini.
I just you're the king of cocktail.
I also make up a lot of cocktails.
You mix them yourself.
Yeah. I made a tequila sunrise for one of the episodes of our podcast as well.
Okay. This is a cocktail I did, I think, a friend of mine, we did on set a year ago.
Okay.
So guys, go and watch that video. So I'm not going to teach you guys how to make it. Go watch that video. So I'm going to make this cocktail and I'll let Tee Bellow taste it and give me his verdict, whether
I'll
it's
let
good.
you know if it tastes nice.
So I'm going to try, right? It's called the green lime. So guys, watch
green
that
lime.
video. Yeah, green lime. Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. It kind of tastes like, but it's sweet.
Okay.
Yeah, you love it. Okay.
Cucumber makes things refreshing. So I'm assuming it's going to be a refreshing cocktail.
So taste it and give you a bit.
Ooh. It's actually nice.
So over 10.
It's very refreshing.
Yeah.
I think that's from the cucumbers.
Okay.
It doesn't taste strong, but it feels like it'll creep up on you.
Yeah.
Probably if you had like 2 more, you probably wouldn't be able to drive. But yeah, it's really nice. I'd give it a good 7 out of 10.
Okay. I thought you were going to give me 6, so I'll take it like that.
Yeah, it's a good 7. A good 7.
Okay, guys. So we are going to enjoy ourselves. So remember to subscribe to the channel, leave a comment in the comment section, and we had Tee Bellow with us. Yeah, guys, go stream all his music on everything.
Yes, make sure you do.
Yeah, everything, and you're on social media as well.
Yep.
Yeah,
Tee Bellow Music on all social media platforms.
Okay, so guys, bye, and thank you very much for watching. It's nice to be important, but very, very important to be nice. And thank you to my production crew, Chief, and my co-founder of CJ88, Jonas, and you had someone with you.
Oh, Tom's Tom.
Tom. Okay, bye. Let me.